Good day everyone! I'm Limay Madlangsakay Caspillo from Bachelor of Science and Business Administration, major in Marketing Management Section 4A. And I will be having a presentation about the unique selling process. And hope you will learn a lot about my discussion. The content of my presentation is demonstrating a trust-based selling approach, establishing knowledge bases in performing the sales process, and lastly, exhibiting an understanding of the buying process in terms of delivering your selling approach. Before we proceed to trust-based selling approach, I will discuss and give you background about personal selling. Personal selling is when a company uses individuals or the sales force to market a product after meeting with the customer in person. The product is promoted through the seller's attitude, appearance, and product knowledge. They want to inform and persuade customers to buy or at the very least try the goods. A good example of personal selling is found in department store on the perfume and cosmetic counters. A customer gets advice on how to apply the product and can try the different products. Products with relatively high process or with complex features are often sold using personal selling. And now, we all know about personal selling. And let me discuss with you the trust-based selling approach. In this topic, we will look at trust-based selling and how to create trust with potential clients during the sales conversation. A trust-based selling approach enables salespeople to win customers' trust and to ensure that their selling strategy satisfies customers' needs and helps to the creation, communication, and delivery of customers' value through their selling strategy. Earning trust is typically the responsibility of a salesperson, and it is very important when it comes to selling a product because it is where you can gain your customer. To build trust with your customer, you need to know about your product. You know how to explain it to them the more they meet their expectation. Next is you are honest with them. You will tell a lot about your product without doing fraud, like you are a trustworthy salesperson. And advise rather than sell, or you want to push a product that the buyer doesn't need. The trust-based selling approach is also a long-term selling wherein the way you build trust to your customer and meet their needs, they keep buying and buying to your product or business. For understanding the topic, here is the scenario in trust-based selling approach.
In the cell phone and gadget center, the customer stops at the center and he picks a phone that he wants and asks the saleswoman about its specification and features. Therefore, the saleswoman explained the full specification and features of the phone, including the battery life, operating system, processor, RAM, phone screen size, USB file transfer, and an internet connection. She also recommended the other accessories for the phone of the customer and explained that in case something happens to the phone, she said that contact her and it can be returned because it has a warranty. The customers likes the phone and accessories she sells. Also the explanation of the saleswoman. That is why he buys it. He also said to the saleswoman that when he needs some gadgets and accessories, he will be back at this center and he will also recommend it to his friend and relatives. After that, the customer is always buying to the center.
The reason for that, customers build trust with the saleswoman because every time the customers ask about the phone, the salesperson is not hesitant and confident to answer the question. Also, the way she sells the product, she discusses it in detail. And that is the reason why the customers always back to that store and buys. Therefore, the trust-based selling approach is an important selling because this is where you earn a lot of trust to your customer to buy your product. And it is important to all the salespeople because people who practice trust-based selling generally have more success than your average salesperson. After all, they don't look at people merely as a numbers. Also, you be of better service to others around you and you'll be rewarded for it. Let's move to the next topic, which is the establishing knowledge bases in performing the sales process. The first knowledge base is the industry. Salespeople must know the dynamics, structure, culture, and factors that affect the industry in which they work. To design and execute efficient selling methods and to be acknowledged as a market information resource. The second is the company. The salespeople must understand their company's culture, mission, goals, policies, and procedures. The importance of this knowledge base, the salespeople's ability to effectively and accurately represent the company when interacting, especially on negotiating with their customers. The third is product. Salespeople must have a strong understanding of their product offers as well as the different types of value they deliver. Because the salespeople are viewed by the customer as an expert because they are competent and answer correctly the needs of the customer. The fourth is service. The service of the salespeople to their customer is the same as the offer of the industry where they work. Salespeople must be familiar with their company's service capabilities and be able to match them to the needs of their customers. The fifth is promotion or price. Salespeople must know the details of their offerings and how to manage promotional programs and the pricing policies of their products. Able to make their customers join in the promotional programs of the business and have a successful negotiating with your customers. The sixth is market or customer knowledge. Salespeople must have a detailed understanding of the market they serve as well as their customers' demands, personalities, and communication styles to have the capacity to create and manage effective sales strategies and explain relevant solutions clearly. The seventh is competitor. They need to be aware of the competitor and the product that they offer, to discuss the difference of their product with that of their competitor. And the last knowledge base is technology. The salespeople must be able to use sales technology effectively to gain a competitive advantage and work smarter rather than harder. Therefore, knowledge bases help to build trust with your customer because the more the salesperson knows, the easier it is to acquire the buyer's trust and confidence. The salesman and the knowledge he or she brings to the table are held in high regard by buyers. The last topic will be the buyer's buying process. In the buyer's buying process, there are 8 stages. First is the recognition of the problem or need. The buying process starts when you need to know what is the problem, needs, and wants that your customer may have for you to be able to what kind of product that you will sell. Because nowadays, we all know that people are a lot of needs and wants. Also, they changing their taste about the product and they are prepared for the trending products. So the business need to adapt it because this will be the competitive advantage of your product.
Like for example, in this stage, you have a beauty product business in the mall. And most people try to ask you if you have that product. And then, one day, you saw it on social media that this is the trending beauty product and people want it. To buy the people at your business, you sell this product at your store, and to make them satisfied, you sell at an affordable price.
The types of buyer needs are also important, including situational needs, functional needs, social needs, psychological needs, and knowledge needs. Because salespeople would identify the need of their customers and have a solution to the problem if they know these types of needs. After the salesperson recognizes the problem of their customers, the salesperson will ask the customer about the product they need, like what brand of beauty products they are needed, the color of the packaging, percentage, and the special ingredients of that product. Asking about the problem on the item and quality needed is very important because this is where you know about the problem of your customer, earn trust to them, and also, as salespeople, you need to explain in detail that product to them. Once it recognizes the problem needs and wants and the quality needed, the buyer's next task is to determine what characteristics have the product and how many are needed. It is important to ask the customer how many items they will purchase to prepare the product and its quantity. Next stage is search for and qualification of potential sources. In this stage, if the item of the customer is not available in the store, the salesperson must know who they will contact in case it happens, so that they will solve the problem and fulfill the needs of the customer. Acquisition and analysis of proposal. The customer will analyze the proposal that they acquired because customer will ask about their importance. As a salesperson, we need to form a formal offer and explain it well or in detail to the customer the product that they want to purchase. Evaluation of proposal and selection of suppliers. The conclusion of the buyer's evaluation of the various bids received from possible suppliers is the buying decision. Further negotiation will be placed with the chosen suppliers to determine final product specification, pricing, and delivery terms. This stage will know if the customer will satisfy with the item that they will choose. Also, this is where it knows if the trust of the customer will increase in the workout about the item they are needed. Salespeople play a key role in earning buyers' commitment to a transaction. Selection of an order routine. After the supplier has been chosen, the customer negotiates the final order, which include technical specification, quantity required, location, projected delivery date, return policies, and warranties. Also, the buyer's payment and among other things. Customers are increasingly opting for comprehensive contracts rather than periodic purchase orders when it comes to maintenance, repair, and operations items.
For example, at the appliances center, the salesman asked the buyer for his chosen flat screen TV, and the buyer decided to purchase the appliances. The seller explained the information of the appliances to the buyer, including the quantity, delivery date, warranties, and the payment. This is important because it will inform the buyers about the product.
Performance feedback and evaluation. The final step in the purchase process is to conduct a formal or informal review and feedback on the products and seller's performance. The customer may ask the end user and request their feedback, which is then forwarded to the supplier, or he may use as weighted score technique to grade the seller on many categories. Or he may aggregate the cost of bad seller performance to come up with the altered purchasing expenses, including pricing. The customer may decide to keep, improve, or drop a seller based on the result of the performance evaluation. It is important for our salesperson to maintain positive relationship with customer and to respond to clients' complaints as quickly as possible, more than the errors and issues that purchasers have with the goods. It is salesperson attitude that is being highlighted.
For example, in the furniture and merchandises store, the woman is choosing for her sofa, and the salesman saw the woman so that he walks in front of a woman and explains the features of sofa, including the material used. The woman likes the explanation of the salesman and she decided to purchase the sofa, and she also asked for the social media page of the store in case that she wants to purchase again. She said that she will give some feedback to the page about the kind and trustworthy salespeople of the store. Also, the furniture they sell so that many customers would buy to them.
And that's all for the 8 stages of buyer's buying process. For marketing and sales, understanding the buyer's buying process is important. The customer or buyer choice process will help them to create a marketing strategy that persuades them to acquire the product or service in order to solve their problem. And that is the end of my presentation. Thank you and God bless you all.